Okay, well, the last couple of days we've been talking about solving equations, and we did one step and two steps. So now we're getting into multi-steps, which is going to mean, more than two. There's going to be a lot of different operations involved. Okay, so to solve multi-step equations in one variable. Still in one variable is our objective for today. Okay, still the same standard, still applies. Okay, and we look at problem number 1 here, and we have what is the solution of 5 equals 5m minus 23 plus 2m. Okay, so we actually get a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, and we talked about this before. We have something called like terms. So here's our like terms, m and m. So we need to combine those first. So the first thing we need to do is utilize the commutative property of addition. So that's your first blank on the left there. It's commutative property of addition. We're going to use that, which gets us this 5 equals, and we're going to write this 5m plus 2m by the commutative property, and then subtract the 23. And then we're going to combine like terms, which is 5 equals 7m minus 23. Okay, so we get into this last part, which is kind of getting very similar to what we did the last couple of days. We're into two-step equations. We're going to add the 23 to both sides. Okay, I'm going to start to pull off on using that line, but write that line if you still need it. Okay, when we do that, we get equals 5 and 23 make 28, and then we have 7m. Okay, and then we got to the last step here, which is we got to get rid of the 7 so we can solve for m. So we're going to divide by 7 to both sides, and we get 1m, and 28 divided by 7 is 4. Okay, so that would be what we think our solution is. Okay, again, check your work off to the side there and verify that. Okay, problem number 2 is Martha takes her niece and her nephew to a concert. She buys t-shirts and bumper stickers for them. The bumper stickers cost $1 each. Okay, Martha's niece wants 1 shirt and 4 bumper stickers. Her nephew wants 2 shirts but no bumper stickers. If Martha's total, so she gets done paying, is $67, how much did one of those shirts cost? How much was it per shirt, essentially, is what we're asking. Okay, well, the first thing we need to do is we need to define a variable. So I'm going to go over here and say, let's call S to equal the cost of shirts. Okay, and let's just put this in the context. If her total was $67, what we know is that something has to add to 67. Okay, that's kind of how shopping works. So think about it a little bit. Okay, her niece bought 1 shirt. Do we know how much shirts cost? No, so we assigned a variable. So her niece paid S dollars, but then got 4 bumper stickers. Well, we actually know how much bumper stickers cost. That was $1. So she bought 4 of them. That's $4. So right there, that quantity is solely the niece. Okay, well, we got to add that with the cost of the nephew. Well, the nephew just bought 2 shirts, and again, we don't know how much they cost, but no bumper stickers. So real quickly, this is what we get. We get shirt plus 4 bumper stickers plus 2 shirts. Total is $67. Okay, and now we're just going to follow through what we did on problem 1. Okay, we're going to rearrange some things. We're going to make it S plus 2S, and we can put parentheses around this if you want, and then put plus 4. If we put parentheses around that, it might be a little simpler to see that this is the associative property. Okay, that gives us 3S. We bought 3 shirts total, plus $4 equals 67. We're going to subtract 4, and we get 3S equals 63. Now we can divide by 3 to both sides, and we get S equals 3 goes into 6 twice and to the 3 once. So the shirts are costing $21 a piece. Okay, and we know that because we defined the variable up here with cost of shirts. Okay, so setting up the problem probably is the hardest part. This should be kind of simple as we've worked through it. Okay, well, let's look at problem number 3. What is the solution of negative 8 times 2x minus 1 equals 36? Okay, so we're going to take this negative 8 and we're going to actually distribute. Okay, you can do this other ways, but right now we're going to show you how to distribute. Negative 8 times 2x, you get negative 16x. Negative 8 times negative 1, you get a positive 8 because two negatives. That's equal to 36. Okay, keep that on this side. It doesn't go over here yet. Now we have back to that two-step equation. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. Okay, subtract 8 from both sides. Gives us a negative 16x equals 28. 36 minus 8 is 28. Okay, now we have the x here with this multiplication problem. So we got to divide by negative 16. Divide by negative 16. Okay, that gives us an x equals 28 divided by negative 16. Well, our answer is going to be negative, but we're going to have to reduce. So we start looking at this, find common numbers. 4 would be common. 4 goes in 28, 7. 4 goes in 16, 4. So we get negative 7/4. And again, you can leave it that way. And we can check our work just the same. Plug this into the original problem and make sure it works out to be 36. Eventually the fractions will disappear on that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop right there, and we'll come back, got a couple other problems in part B of this video. So come back and check that out.